Hello there, everybody. Welcome, welcome, welcome to our full moon co-creation meditation in Libra. This is a manifesting meditation and a world service. For those of you who don't know me, I am Rosanna and I channel the frequency of divine grace through RozyGlow. You are in the right place whenever you watch this. And just while I'm waiting for everybody to come on, welcome those of you who are here already. Let's just remember that we are currently in the equinox space. So we've literally just come to this place of balance, equal, light and dark. For some of us, it's going to get darker. For others, it's going to get lighter. But ultimately, there is a purge that is happening. So the Libra full moon is inviting us into equanimity. It is inviting us into a space where instead of being blown about by the winds of change, because it is an air sign, we're in a position to be able to hold our center and to allow the things that need to come up to be released to come up and be released. And if you join me for the last new moon, we were seeding star peace. And just to let you know what's going to be happening moving forward, this is going to be the last live full moon co-creation meditation or manifesting meditation I do on this channel. I will still be offering the new moon meditations live, and we are going to be calling them star peace. So we're going to be writing a new chapter of a new story for this planet, for our own selves personally, and for our universe. If you like the sound of that, please do hit me a little like. If you haven't yet subscribed to this channel, please do subscribe. And if you don't know what I do, I support awakening starseeds, those who are ready to deprogram from the 3D matrix, to remember who they truly are, and to learn how to live as their divine human selves, what I call ascended masters in training. And if this is something that appeals to you, at the end of the meditation, you're going to be like zoned out. So just remember, my website is RozyGlow.com. There is a free star salutation practice there that is my gift to you for joining my community. And if you are interested in doing the deep dive so you can reprogram from the you that you came into this world being without having made that choice to choosing to co-create your reality consciously from the highest good perspective and the win-win-win, then I offer both one-to-one coaching and group coaching to make this possible. What I have learned is that people aren't so much fearful of their own success. Well, I'd say they're not so fearful of their failure as they are fearful of their own success, because it is the fear of maintaining a new frequency. And what I see happen every time, my friends, which I'm just going to say before we do the little cacao blessing, is just before you have a leap, all the old crap comes up. And this is the time that most of us give up. It's when we give authority to the mind again rather than the heart leading the mind, and we buy into the old narratives. And that's what's happening at the moment. There is a big purging collectively, globally, of an old narrative that has gone on for thousands of years. And it is a narrative where we give our power away to others because we don't trust our own inner wisdom. We don't trust that within us we are aligned with the divine when we connect to our divine spark. Each and every one of us is the creator, expressing in our own unique way. And when we learn to love every aspect of our being, including the bits of us that we perceive to be unlovable, amazing things happen. So I'm going to give you a little taste of that today. I'm going to aim to describe to you the 3D, 4D and 5D perspectives of anything that's going on. So if you have stuff personally that you've been addressing recently, feel free to share what's been coming up for you in the text box. If there's something in the world that's really been triggering you, again, please share. Just remember that what is happening is, for the first time ever, we're really getting to see things for what they are. And there's no denying that anymore, right? So the Libran energy typically is always trying to find balance. And it's like, what's right, what's wrong? And you'll know that the balance comes in the middle. It's like balancing the two sides, right? So we're learning to move from extremes into our center, and we're moving out of duality into oneness. That doesn't mean we don't have contrast, okay? It doesn't mean that we don't have polarity. Night and day are polarized, but they're not dualistic, okay? Duality is when we say night is bad and day is good, right? So we attribute judgment. There's a lot of judgment that has been coming up in the last couple of weeks, because to seed star peace, we have to accept that we are at war in ourselves. We are in battle in ourselves and in the world around us. And it's always what's going to win, who's going to win. And till now, fear has won. Okay, fear has tended to override our capacity to trust the power of love, but we're now seeding a whole new story. So let's start with the cacao blessing. If you haven't got any ceremonial grade cacao, I always include them in my co-creation meditations, my manifesting meditations. So you can purchase, if you look at the text box, there's a whole load of information about what this meditation is about, what we're seeding, and also how you can purchase things like the cacao. If you haven't got any, you can just bring your hands to your heart. If you have got some, then please bring the cacao to your heart. Let's take a moment to close our eyes. And welcome your breath as the source of all that is being breathed into you. Take a moment to drop down through your body into your earth chakra. Remembering this is about 3 foot beneath the surface of the earth. And this earth chakra helps us to manifest in our physical reality that which we intend to create consciously. So it's so important to drop out of the head into the heart and from the heart into the earth. And we invite Mama Cacao into our practice today, into this world service and this manifesting meditation. May she show each of us where we most need to go into ourselves to drop the stories that run our lives and cause us more pain and suffering, and to instead awaken within us this desire, this excitement for the new. It's so exciting that we're willing to move through the discomfort of leaving behind the familiar, to embrace new things, discover where we are. So let the smile in your heart find you. Know that this is the Cacao Diva touching you, nurturing you, awakening the light within you. Let it smile, that smile spread to your face. Let your light shine. Just for a moment, draw a circle in the air in front of you to symbolize the sphere of compassion which holds your energy field. You draw it with your nose and go the other way as well. So it's a gentle neck roll. And then draw your nose down and up. And this is you making a connection between Source and Gaia, the ascending earth paradigm and the source of all that is through your body. Each of us become willing acupuncture needles of love light, feeding this earth, this energy upon the earth. Oh, words, words, words. So take a moment to open the crown of your head. Imagine you're opening up a beautiful, infinitely petaled lotus flower. And as you do so, you are receiving instantly a transmission from Source. Pure compassion, pure love pouring down through you, through each of us into our earth chakras. And we send that love and light around the earth, lighting the crystal grid. Seeing the whole earth vibrate with love and compassion. Just send that into the heart of Gaia. See the heart of Gaia, the center of Mother Earth, light up. And then bring that up through your body, up through your pelvic floor, through your heart, out into your energy field. And let's just see the sphere of compassion around each of us glow. And let's place a big sphere of compassion around all of us taking part in this meditation and the whole planet. I'm just going to energize our intention to align with equanimity, to allow the capacity to hold our center even in the middle of the storm, and to reverberate the frequency of being a lighthouse, a love lighthouse, seeding the new energy for everyone to align with. So we'll send the sound Ma into the earth to activate earth chakra and purify earth chakra connection. Om into the universe to energize an awakening of the soul chakra and connection to Source. And An from our hearts to each other, awakening our divine heart consciousness and allowing ourselves to come from this higher perspective rather than our programming in all that we do. Deep breath in. Ma. Gently bow your head to your lovely heart. Slowly bring yourself back. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so just while we're drinking our cacao, a couple of things I just wanted to share with you. With this Libra energy, there is just this wonderful opportunity with this full moon. It's coming on Sunday, and we are like releasing so that we can just glow the energy of equanimity. So if you're new to equanimity, I did bring up the, I'm gonna have to find it again, bear with me. But as a actual state of being, it's calmness and composure, especially in a difficult situation. And, you know, I feel like this is so important for us to connect with, okay? Because what we're doing is we are seeing the world around us basically totally fall apart. It's being dismantled. Things are being shown for what they truly are. And I'll give you an example in a minute. But another way of saying this, because you can say to yourself, I am divine equanimity. If you think about the balance of the scales, if I'm divine equanimity, I am radiating the balance out into the world. And the sphere of compassion around you, my friends, is your energy field. We are always radiating energy. So when we're in fear, we're radiating fear. What happens? Well, we attract to us situations that will trigger fear. When we're in a state of love, we are sending out the vibration of love. So then we attract to us more of the situations that are going to energize that. However, if we're new to holding a certain vibration, if we have internal resistance, aka programming that says it's not safe to feel this, it's not normal to feel this, if you feel this, something terrible will happen afterwards, because that's what your ancestors have experienced every time they felt safe or relaxed or happy, something's come up and it's knocked them off their center. Then when you do access a new vibration like equanimity, all the internal resistance is going to come up out into your field, and you will attract situations that will trigger a sense that it's not safe to feel this new vibration until you choose to use a process to love that up, to raise its frequency. Now, what I share with you in these meditations is using a sphere of compassion to reality craft, to change your reality. And the difference between a 3D, 4D, and 5D perspective is that in the third dimensional frequencies, we're just programmed and we're not really aware of our programming. We are constantly, well, basically living out that programming. We're living someone else's story, our ancestors' stories. We're living out the story we're told by the media, or we're told by the governments, or we're told by whoever the external authority is that we're buying into. And the fourth dimension, when we start to awaken to the idea that maybe there's more than one version of reality or the truth, and we notice that different channels or different newspapers or different books say different things about the same event, we start to see there are different perspectives. And in our world today, if we use this idea of duality, we have a situation where you have a mainstream narrative and you have an alternate narrative, which is called the conspiracy theory, or it's called the dissidence theory, or whatever it is. It's the opposition to what is, right? But when you are awakening in 4D consciousness, you can often get massively overwhelmed. Like, whose spiritual perspective are you going to take on? Which religion is telling the truth? Which form of yoga is the one you should align with? Which of the 3 different philosophies of yoga is the one that most resonates with you? Should you be Buddhist? You know, again, it's like the idea is we need to be something. You know, you move out of some kind of confinement and you go into something else, but before you know it, you're buying into other programming. You're buying into another group, another consciousness. And what I'm seeing as we evolve through 4D, because there are 7 layers of the 4th dimension, if you like, and the top 3 are all different versions of love, light, and we think we're in heaven. The lower 3 are all different versions of purgatory and hell. So 3D is being, I'm not aware of programming. 4D is I am aware of programming. There are different types of programming. Which one do I want to align with? Which one is the truth, right? And then we move into 5D. And 5D frequency is when we claim we are co-creators of our reality, when we can live beyond fear running our lives, our programs. We can recognize it, we can love it up quickly. It is no longer what is running the show in our lives. This is the key difference. And from a 5D perspective, you do what we're going to do in the meditation today. You get into the feeling vibration of what you want having already been created, and then you love up distance. Now, as I show you in the meditations, you know, you get a sense of it, but if you haven't done the deep diving, it's hard to maintain. And even those who have done the reprogramming know that it takes time to set the new narrative as your baseline. You will get tested by yourself again and again. So maintenance, self-mastery comes from being willing to work through the blind spots that show up on your way, okay? And one thing I know is that every time I go through a leap, every time I'm expanding into that next version of me, my old fears, the old programming, the version of me that was the conditioned 3D me comes and pays a visit, as does different versions of my fourth dimensional self. So it's important to remember when we look like we're revisiting something, we're not going round to the same place again. We are approaching it from a different perspective, a higher perspective. So a little bit more on equanimity. It's a state of psychological stability and composure, which is undisturbed by experience or exposure to emotions, pain, or other phenomena that may cause others to lose the balance of their mind. So think about that in your life right now. Whatever this moon is bringing up for you. Hello, Rennie. Hello, Rena. Whatever this is bringing up for you, just remember that it's there. It's not like it hasn't just showed up in your life. Whatever is being brought up for you has been there before. You've felt it before. You're just feeling it again now. What we do is we get caught up in the story of what's triggered it, but it's actually what's underneath that's important. Just imagine the things that would normally trigger you to lose your cool. So maybe something frightens you, or something makes you angry, or something makes you sad. That an old memory, or you see something that reminds you of something from the past, and it triggers an emotion that sends you off your center. Just imagine being in the state where actually you can encounter the triggers of the past, but they don't trigger you. That's what we're talking about, equanimity. So I want you to take this in the notion of what's going on in the world today, because there is a two-world split. There really is. What we're seeing is very much that there is one narrative, fear, fear, fear. Then there's another, which is not buying into this fear. This isn't what we should be scared of. This is what we should be scared of. But both are kind of putting fear out there, okay? So when I look at the alternative narrative and I look at the mainstream one, neither of them make me feel safe. The alternate narrative says, oh, all of this is terrible. It's all by design. It's bad, bad, bad. The mainstream one's saying, you can't trust anything. You can't trust yourself. Everyone's a risk. Where do you go with this? That's why we take a step back and a step up from any situation in our lives. And we imagine what it's like to be bombarded with programming that triggers fear, with messages that trigger fear. And instead of that actually triggering fear in us, we're able to see it for what it is. Lots of my clients now are in that place where they've removed the blinkers. They can see things for what they are. There comes that point where it's scary because you're like, shit, the world really isn't the way I was taught it is. But when you get through that and you go, no, it isn't. And I am a co-creator of my reality. And I'm seeing this for what it is. And I'm no longer buying into it. And if you're no longer buying into it, then it has no power over you. The more of us that do this, the easier we concede peace on this planet, the easier we can move towards what we want. But what I'm concerned about, and everyone who watches this, please pay attention, is I don't see anyone writing the new narrative. I know people are fighting against things. They're fighting for change. They're putting, battling for things to come to light. And yes, we do need to pressurize what isn't in alignment with truth to become aligned with truth. We do. Our boundaries are being violated, so we do need to push back. But if we use language that creates division, like battle, like fighting, then we stay in that. We need enough of us to be holding the vision now of the elders, of the wise, of the perfection of all that is. So how do we want it to be? What do we want the world to look like? What do we want our laws to be based on? And it's so easy to just switch one form of control for another. So that's why I'm dedicating now the new moon meditations to seeding these new narratives. Thank you, Irina. It is true. And it's worrying because we're going to stay in this state where we don't really evolve beyond it until we decide to step up one. So I'm calling you into 5D consciousness. This is my invitation, all right? It is move up, do the inner work. You don't have to change anything out there. Do inside, love up your triggers. We do all need to seed qualities of compassion. I'll go through those in a moment in how we live our lives. But ultimately, just remember, our job is to write a new story from the old one. And if you put your energy there and then are willing to do the work to love up your resistance to the new reality coming to truth, then everyone around will do that too. You have to be the instigator of that change. And that's all I can say really about it. I think it's there. So if anyone has anything they'd like to share, please let me know. I'm going to get into the co-creation shortly. What I invite you to do is just to write these down. So for me, compassion as qualities, some of the ones I've written down include kindness, which really came up recently, transparency, like we don't need to fake how we really are. We don't need to fake how we feel. We can be honest and open. Accountability, acceptance, discernment, trust, faith, allowing, mercy, forgiving, and I say forgiving in that way on purpose, okay? Being for the giving, right, of discernment, of love, of trust, of forgiveness, openness and respect. So respecting ourselves means we don't shut ourselves down to keep other people happy. Openness means being able to say, I don't feel like talking about that right now. You don't have to wear your heart on your sleeve if you don't feel like doing something. Respecting your own boundaries, if we did that for ourselves, imagine what that would do to the world, right? It's very, very powerful. I'm going to pick us some cards and just see what's coming up for us. But in the energy of this moon, there's a couple of things that come up that I thought were quite interesting. Obviously, we had a world peace march going on all around the world, which I've done a couple of videos on, and people have been really dismayed by how this has been portrayed in the media and how from something that's really beautiful and light, there's then a backlash that comes up that is those that aren't peaceful in the protests. And the question is, are they planted? Are they actors? Are they, you know, our men in blue, men and women in blue in another disguise? You know, what is going on? Then we see the way the media portrays it, and we also see what the governments are trying to do in terms of controlling this and not allowing it to happen. So if we accept that we are seeing things for what they are now, maybe in a way we never have seen them before, and the truth is hard to face, but as we face it, we then get to be liberated from that old story. So that moment of discomfort, when you see things for as they are, is temporarily lived, okay? It's not forever. You have to see things for what they are. Let go of the need to blame and just say, what do we want to do about this now? This is where we're at. Whatever the reasoning is that got us here, we are destined to recreate the past in the future unless we actually evolve our consciousness in this moment. And that is what the call is to do. So the moon's energy are very, very loving and benevolent. There's a trine going on at the moment. So I feel like what we're doing is we're purging ahead of Sunday so that we can actually just be in that vibration. If you imagine the full moon is your sphere of compassion. So if each and every one of us is in our sphere and we're just shining that love and that light out, whatever isn't love and light has to either become love and light or retract. And that's how we love up the shadow. We just bring more light to it. We don't hide it. We don't deny it. We don't suppress it. Yeah, we bring it to light. So I found out my beloved has basically decided that we're no longer having a TV license in the UK. So there's this whole issue around the Broadcasting Corporation in the UK, which is supposedly nationalised, but basically there seems to be a lot of issues around the way that they portray things. Apparently, of the 12.3 million, etc., licenses, oh no, it's more than that, sorry, 23 million, 10% have already retracted their desire for a license. So we are voting with our money. We're saying, no, I'm not buying into this anymore. And something else that came up is that the MP in the UK, because this is where I live, that has been involved in trying to raise the age of retirement in the UK to 70, has retired at 48 on full state pension, on full, you know, toys, you know, all the benefits of being in the government. And it really just highlights one rule for them, one rule for us, right? So this stuff has to come up. Now, we can either get really irate about it and say it's terribly unfair, or we can go, check this out. This is what these people think is acceptable. This is their perspective of what is acceptable. And we are now saying it's not acceptable. We want something different. Our power is huge. If 1% are controlling everyone, just imagine if that 99% woke up and said, not on my watch. That's what we're doing. That's what we're energizing. So Rena's saying, I feel called to share today's dream. I dreamt of being in a company of male friends in a beautiful nature spot. There was a river. He says, let's walk in the river. I replied, oh, it's impossible. But he responded, of course it is. It is. Oh, of course it is. I think she means possible. It is easy. Watch, come. And we walked on top of the river on the water. I felt it's related to new narrative and being fully open to possibility. Damn right, Arena. Absolutely spot on. Okay, spot on. It is possible. And, you know, we all have a relationship with the wounded masculine, but I'm inviting you to have a relationship with the divine masculine. Okay, what is it like to have strong, capable, heart-centered masculines in this world saying, no, we're not doing this. We're not going to live and control the world through fear. We're actually going to evolve beyond that now and create what we want to create, which is a beautiful space for us all to coexist, living with some common values that we all uphold because they make sense to us. Now that's the world I want to create. So let's just see what's here, and then we'll go into our co-creation. And as I said, hey, look, Inner Magic Man. So these are Leslie's Oracle Healing cards. They're absolutely amazing. Leslie's a dear friend of mine. I will be doing some lives with her soon when she's back in the US and showing you how these magical tools actually work. So let's just really drop into the heart space. What is here for our collective is the heart of the matter, unification, okay? This is about us unifying. This is about us bringing all of the different fractioned aspects of our being into oneness. There's so many different images in here, tiny, making up the face of Babaji, okay, who's a sage. And ultimately, this is about all of us unifying through common goals. Now, the common goals, let's say, is peace, freedom, autonomy. The block to this is us not owning our shadow. Okay, it's recognizing that there's one part of us that's planting positive seeds. The other part of us is looking away and destroying it. Now, we don't realize how we destroy our own creations, but we need to bring love around this whole thing. We need to integrate the darker aspects of our being, the parts of us that self-sabotage, and just to let them be loved anyway. There's a reason they're the way they are. It doesn't mean we allow it to continue because it's not healthy long term, but we welcome the opportunity to bring healing and love so that we no longer need to be separate. We can unite all aspects of our being. And it's like taking what we perceive as poison and turning it into divine nectar. And that comes through love, compassion, mercy, acceptance, and all the qualities of compassion. So the here and now, what we're doing in our little co-creation today as our manifestation. You can't make this up. We're giving birth to a new earth. So we're owning our creative power. In this image, you've got a woman, legs akimbo, light shining out of her yoni. She's pregnant with new life. Her boobs are expressing nourishment in the form of milk coming out. The light, the night, the whole world is lit up. So it is the time for us to own all aspects of us that have been condemned, judged, persecuted, told that they're bad, told that they're not allowed to exist. And that can mean a lot of sexual shame for a lot of us, right? Not owning our power in our feminine or our masculine because it's been distorted. So sacral chakra work is very powerful. The healing of the womb toxicity and healing of womb ecology is what we all need. And whatever your gender, whatever your organs are or are not present, it doesn't matter. We all have a sacral chakra, and that is the cosmic womb within each of us. And what this leads us to, as we integrate all of this, just to show how beautiful this is the birth of our inner magic man, the capacity to trust the healed masculine, the sacred masculine to lead us. So there's quite a few scientists and doctors out in the world today that are speaking out. There are amazing barristers and lawyers that are doing amazing work to hold those who are not being accountable accountable. We have to hold the vision that we don't need to fight anymore for what should just be our birthright. We shouldn't have to fight multinationals, you know, for the fact that they're trying to poison our oceans or our planet. We shouldn't have to fight for things to not be that way, okay? But we need to hold the vision that it's possible for everybody to be on the same page. Without our planet, without looking after others, we don't exist. We need to look after ourselves. So without further ado, we're going to get onto our co-creation. I have, again, peacock ore with some gold pyrite around it, citrine for joy, and I also have some more fool's gold. So this is very much about solar plexus, but we're going to work with the sacral as well. So when you're ready, I'm going to do a little cleanse of our magical tools, and I'm also going to transmit the codes of these cards. Now, I've been feeling quite jittery, so I am detoxing at the moment. I'll read that in a sec. Yeah, if you're feeling jittery, our nervous systems are quite active at the moment, so just really start to ground, breathe through your feet. Really ground so that you're breathing up and down through your feet and connecting to the earth. Like switch off from everything that's taking you into your mind, okay? It's really important. So Irina's saying, MP, oh my God, I felt Russia because that was happening, and now in UK, I suppose it shows running away does not help, but loving it up will change things. Absolutely it will, right? But we've all got to point it out and see it and go, what? This is insane, not on my watch. All right, without further ado, sit up tall, or you can lie down, but make sure your spine is straight. Rubbing our hands together should be about 20 minutes. Having a little shake, discharging any energy. Okay, bring the hands to the heart, and please do now repeat after me. Actually, just take a few deep breaths first. So acknowledge your heart. Breathe into your heart space. Breathing out, send the breath down your body into the earth. And then breathe into your heart again. And send your breath out through the crown of the head and down your arms at the same time. So just let your mind become the witness of this experience. Let it become a servant of the heart. And then through the heart, we contact our I am presence. So please repeat after me as we awaken our higher selves. I am all that is. I am the one self I am. I am that I am. I am the source of my creations. I am the creator of my reality. I am a multi-dimensional being, love and light. I am sovereign. I am free. I am invisible, invincible, invulnerable, impermeable, impenetrable, untrackable and untraceable to anyone or anything of malevolent or nefarious intent. I am surrendering my ego will to my divine will. I am aligned with Earth's ascension paradise timeline. I am co-creating my personal paradise with grace and with ease, in alignment with the win-win-win in everything, and the highest good of all. I am that I am. Okay, so releasing your hands. Just taking a moment to cleanse all of our crystals and magical tools, so you can repeat with me or just know that it's happening. I cleanse these tools, these crystals, to renew their power so they may bring peace and harmony and benefit all of humankind. I command that all unhelpful, lower frequency energy is taken to where it can be transmuted into the purest vibrations of love and light, so that only the purest vibrations of love and light exist within these crystals and tools for the highest good of all. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So it is, so it shall be. And now you can release your palms. You can hold your crystals if you wish. Look around your sphere and make sure it's as big as you want it to be. So it could be bigger than your room or the same size of the room that you're in. Don't worry if you can't see it, but just know that the walls of the spheres are made of trillions of little spheres, all spinning to the frequency of compassion. Now, this is important because we are going to energize that these spheres are all spinning to the frequency of the ascending earth paradigm, Gaia, the frequency of paradise earth as we can imagine it. So Libran energy is romantic, it's creative, it's aesthetic. It's just like you to take a moment to look around your sphere, to imagine that it's a big screen giving you different scenes of a wonderful version of planet Earth that we are co-creating together. So just imagine for a moment that you've woken up this morning and the world is as you want it to be. When you turn on the radio or you turn on the television, there's all of this awesome, positive, uplifting stuff. It's not like we don't address problems. It's that problems are addressed from a higher perspective, that we bring in different opinions to see where there are holes in the analogies and the theories. We don't discount anybody who has experience in a particular field, even if it's an alternate view. We've learned to bring all things to light. And literally, you turn every channel and there's joy, there's humor, there's upliftment. There's the capacity to learn how to move through challenges. Our entertainment feeds our souls. It uplifts our souls. We turn on the radio and there's no silly chat. It's all uplifting. It can be, fun and jovial, etc. But we're not filling gaps. We're transmitting grace, transmitting truth, transmitting love through all of the frequencies that are available, the radio waves. And when we look at our technology around us, whatever we have available transmits the frequency of vibrant health, of abundance. We know how to mitigate any negative pollution, energetic pollution. Everyone knows how to keep their energy field clear. We're taught this at school. When children come into this world, they are so well prepared, as are their parents. We're all living lives where we're full of energy, we're thriving, we're very well, we're doing things we love. We're contributing to the betterment of ourselves, each other, the planet, and the world at large. Everyone is loved. Everyone is fed top quality foods. We live in a world where those who we appoint as authorities are ones we truly respect and admire because of their authenticity and their transparency. We recognize them as reflections of our own innate sacred union consciousness. Our figureheads are representatives of the divine masculine and feminine. Our oceans are clear. Our whole world is full of those experiencing living in harmony with nature, whether in a high-tech way or a low-tech way. We live by 3 basic principles. We love ourselves, we love our planet, we love each other. If there's any competition out there, it's to be the most loving, most aligned, most compassionate, most ethical, fair trade, environmentally friendly, non-toxic, you name it. That's what we aspire to. We've all got loads of resource, whatever that is, time, money, love, vibrant health. And there is this sense that we celebrate often. We celebrate as a global collective. And the way justice and redemption is done is that those that are out of alignment are given a second chance. They're given the opportunity to do the healing. If they don't, then they're given the opportunity to live out what they want to elsewhere, not here on planet Earth. It's their choice. You can feel how our soul families, star families, guides and teachers influence us. We have a relationship with the non-physical. We have a very healthy relationship with physical death as we know it. We learn to move through difficult emotions, including pain, grief, suffering, so that we're not holding to us anything that doesn't serve the highest good. Just imagine that you wake up with a song in your heart, excited about your day ahead. We each see love in each other's eyes. We have so much compassion for those that are still in some form of fear because we recognize them as versions of ourselves that we've already moved through. When we have an idea aligned with our soul truth, all of the resources are made available to materialize these things in our lives. We trust our hearts. We are led by our hearts. Feel this. Welcome it. And now create a little sphere in front of your face. And we're now going to let that sphere spin and release from our beings any and all resistance to this imagery materializing in divine timing with grace and ease. So releasing the judgment, the toxicity we've experienced as we awaken. Releasing the desire to punish because we're in pain. Releasing into the sphere the figureheads that we judge as buffoons. I have to mention Mr. G here, who claims that a sustainable future is to travel less on aeroplanes and eat more synthetic meat. Just like, yeah, that's a recipe for health. Eat more synthetic meat. Of course, that's just what the body recognizes. Putting all the lies in the sphere, all of the distortions of truth, this idea that we're running out of time and resource, that we must give our power away to others who know best, that somehow our future should be a future of surveillance, a future that is a technocracy, a future that doesn't allow for free speech and free travel. Releasing from our beings now censorship of any kind, the way we censor ourselves. Releasing the inequalities we see in the world. So I gave you the example of the MP and the BBC, like releasing into the sphere all that we know is corrupt and everything associated with it that we don't even know is associated. Releasing the them against us. Releasing the battle theme. Releasing the war. Releasing the fight. I'm going to ask now that we call in divine grace as the soft pink flame flows down from source. And as it comes down through our bodies, down our arms, down our legs, through our pelvic floor into the earth. It anchors through our earth chakra around the planet. And then it purges from us. We easily let go into the sphere in front of us. Any resistance to believing it is entirely possible to swiftly create, co-create a physical experience on this planet that feels liberating, feels free. Everything that we so easily judge is released from us. Our own self, judgments we have of other people, judgments we have about what is right and what is wrong. Releasing the toxic womb energy that we may have grown in, not intentionally, not because our mothers wanted to toxify us, but all the judgment, guilt, blame, shame, fear, pain, grief that we've inherited, just purging that into the sphere in front. And see the sphere become as big as it needs to hold every painful memory that we hold in our personal experience and the collective. So as this comes out of you, because the sphere is spinning and acting like a vacuum, it will suck out of you from your heart all that is in resistance to star peace, to creating equilibrium, equanimity, equality through grace, through letting go of duality, letting go of our pain stories, our victim consciousness. So as you release, you'll see that the light and the love that moves into the sphere will start to be that soft pink as everything else is cleared. And I'm commanding a complete and irreversible release of all that keeps us in duality, in separation from our physical, etheric, emotional, mental, and astral bodies, from our cellular, molecular, atomic, and subatomic memory, in all dimensions, in all space, and all time. Thank you, thank you. So keep allowing that sphere to fill up. Soft pink love light. And calling in the qualities now of compassion, divine kindness, divine discernment, transparency, accountability, acceptance, trust, faith, allowing, mercy, forgiveness, openness, and respect. Let yourself also place your wounded masculine and your wounded feminine, the suppressed versions of you, your inner child, into the sphere. Let them receive some grace. We're now going to call down the diamond fire. Now, the diamond fire will release our attachment. It's like an energy refund, a decording. It will release our attachment to nursing these old pains, these old wounds, the addictions we have to the old story. It's a violet flame with a diamond dust that reflects the colours of the rainbow. So call it in. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. I am the diamond fire. And feel this moving down from our sun, from source, flooding through your body, down into your earth chakra, flooding the earth. And what this does is it's like shining diamonds from the inside of you. So anywhere that you are attached to everything that's in that sphere in front, the attachment point is being dissolved now. It's just dissolving, being loved up, disappearing, until you can let go of that cord of attachment. It's a pain cord. I'm seeing one that's quite grey and unpleasant and thick from my solar plexus. So I'm like, yeah, ready to let that go. Ready to let that go. So it dissolves from the inside. Okay, and you might find you have several cords attached to you, different parts of your body. Just let those little diamond speckles that are in the violet flame dissolve that all until those cords go ping into the sphere in front of you. And the sphere becomes brighter and lighter. And you're like shining diamonds from the inside, reflecting the colours of the rainbow with this lovely violet hue, just creating a boundary around your physical body. Now we'll call down the emerald green flame that heals those attachment points, heals those wounded spaces within us, shifts the cellular memory of those receptor cells to now expect sovereignty, unity, oneness. So again, call it down. I am the emerald green flame. I am the emerald green flame. I am the emerald green flame. Let that flow down through you, all the way down through your earth chakra, around the earth. So this is a healing for Mother Earth as well. The emerald green is a healing balm. Move this into the center of Mother Earth, And I see like a diamond glowing in the center. We're just sending this pulse out. I am sovereign. I am free. I am healed. I am whole. I am complete. Take this energy up through your being, out through your heart, up through the crown of your head, and out like a fountain of love light around you. So now in front of you, you see a sphere filled with soft pink love light. All of that density has been loved up. You then see that violet flame with the diamond specks reflecting the rainbows in the sphere. And then around the sphere, this emerald glow. We're going to step into this. This is our blueprint for our new earth paradigm. This is our blueprint for equanimity. I just want you to imagine that as you're getting ready to absorb this frequency, whatever happens around you now, whatever wants to trigger old stories within you, those attachment points have disappeared. The reactionary spaces no longer exist. There is only love and compassion for what once was and what now is. So you can write in neon light in your sphere in front of you, I am sovereign, I am free. I am divine grace and ease. I am divine equanimity. I am that I am. Now see yourself as you, healed, whole, complete, in 5D awareness, able to discern easily truth from fiction through the heart, beckoning you into the sphere. Create a rainbow bridge from your heart into the sphere. Step onto it and into it. Now allow yourself to absorb all of the energy that you have transmuted, you have loved up, coming face to face with the you that you are becoming. And allowing yourself to absorb this version of you. Breathe this version of you into you so you can see and feel and hear and know and sense and be this you that's already living this new reality. Feel your core line glowing, your physical body glowing. And spread your energy out so you can see your light body, 6-pointed star or diamond. The sphere is around. You spin your light body within the sphere now. So the message is received like a radar all around your sphere, all around your reality bubble. I am divine equanimity. I am divine grace and ease. I am sovereign. I am star peace. Feel this. Look around your sphere. And now, just for a moment, imagine that whatever you see, you hold this vibration. Whatever comes your way, you hold this vibration. And everyone around you starts to receive this frequency because you've anchored it so strongly. Send it down through your body into your earth chakra, down from your earth chakra into the earth. So whatever there seems to be a lack of in your life, imagine it's raining down upon you right now. Whatever you need more of to feel in a state of balance, imagine it's already come to you. It's already here. Let yourself feel that you've got it. Amazing. And may we all imagine we're holding hands around the earth and we're looking from above. We're also radiating from below. We're all beings, all that is. Send an anchor from your heart again into the earth. So you can anchor this love light. Whatever's coming to you is correct. And we'll bring down the victory flame, which is a golden flame with a rainbow stardust running through it. Just let that fill you up so you feel victorious in all that you say or you do. You feel that sense. Yes, things are really shaping up in alignment with the light has already won. See a free world. See a world fueled by love, not fear. And know that this is the seed that we are planting. This is what we're energizing. This is what we're healing with this full moon. So we are energizing this into our collective. We're radiating it out. And we're attracting evidence of it. So on your behalf and mine, I am commanding an accitonal alignment with this version of reality. I am star peace. I am sovereign. I am free. And when you're ready, please repeat after me. Anchor, lock and seal. Recalibrate, align. Balance and harmonize. For graceful and gentle. Integration and full expression. With my physical reality. In all relevant dimensions of my being. All space. All time. All dimensions. Feel that anchor, feel your core, feel your steadiness, your calm. As you breathe the love and the light of the earth through your body, every one of your chakras is awakened. There is a gem in every chakra, being awakened, lit up, third eye, crown, soul chakra, all of them along the way up. All the way up to source. When you're ready, gently open your eyes. Come back. Woo! Wow. So just see if you can gently bring yourselves back. Let me know that you're back when you are back. Just a reminder that these are very powerful healings in themselves. So drink lots of water, take it easy, look after yourselves. Reminder again that the next live will be in 2 weeks' time, and I'll be doing one live a month, seeding star peace. You're very welcome, Rennie. If anyone has anything they'd like to share from that experience, what they saw, please put it in the text box. And if you're watching this as a replay, please share your experience. What did you see? What is your version of this? Because the more we do it, the more it's going to anchor. Sometimes I feel like I'm doing the same thing each session. It's like I'm doing it from a different perspective. We need to do this. And I'm inviting all of you now, if you're engaging in social media or engaging in anything where you see these differing opinions, whatever gets triggered in you, just do hashtag star peace and then write the new narrative from it. Okay, whatever's wrong, turn it into something that's right. And if you do that, you'll notice there's going to be faster shifts around the world. This is what I've been called to focus on now. It's like my life's work. So I really invite you to do the same. You're very welcome, Marina. Okay, so yeah, please do leave comments. Do let me know how that was for you. And head over to RozyGlow.com. Sign up if you haven't already. Remember, we offer yoga. I teach on Monday evenings, multi-dimensional yoga. I've got lovely Katie on Thursdays as well, and pregnancy and baby yoga. It's all about seeding this new energy, and we offer it all. And as I said, the coaching opportunities all start with a breakthrough call, which you can book on my homepage. And you get a free star salutation practice, which awakens your light body and teaches you to bring in more money, more love, more vibrant health. So if that's something you want, head over to RozyGlow. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I love you loads. I'll see you in a couple of weeks. It's always Friday, 12:30. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Check the text box if you want to buy cacao. Check and to find out more about what we've actually done. Thank you. I'm glad you like that. That's what we're doing, baby. All right. Namaste, beautiful one. Thank you so much. Take care. Please do share. Bye-bye now.